Hello and welcome. We're going to do another reading. We are going to read on the Pluto Return of the United States. So this is an astrological event that is coming up. I am not an astrologer, so I don't know fine details of it. What I know is it takes about 248 years for Pluto to travel through all of the zodiac signs and come back, to where it started. So in the United States, I guess astrological chart for like the birth of the United States as a country with the Constitution, all that stuff. It is in the second house of the chart for the United States. Which is in charge of finances, or not in charge, but it does work with the finances of that particular entity or being, if it's a person, obviously, but for the country. So we're looking at finances, Pluto return to that spot, and Pluto is about death and rebirth, and it is, I need to make sure that these stay, I don't read reversals with this and they kind of float around. All right. So Pluto's death and rebirth, that sort of thing, transition. If you think of the death card in the tarot, you're looking at, letting something die off to make room for something new. So we're kind of expecting that this will affect our economy in the United States. So we're going to take a look at that. Also, other important dates, February, it's already kind of, because Pluto moves so slow, the whole, Pluto return is going to last a length of time. It's not just something that's going to happen for a day and then that's it, the Pluto return, and then it moves out of that degree or that sign or whatever, and that's it. Because it's such a slow moving planet, it will take a lot of time. So we're looking at the beginning of 2022 through the rest of 2023, where it stays in that degree. So that's what we're looking at. I don't have specific questions planned out. I just, what should we expect? There's also a lot of things going on about February 2nd, or February 22nd, excuse me, being 2/22/2022. So numerologically, that also has some significance for me, numerologically, is about like a pairing up, kind of like cells joining to begin stages of creation. So that also has some implications there spiritually. So one more shuffle and we'll just start pulling some cards and see what questions come up as I pull them. So what do we need to know? Let's start general. What do we need to know about the Pluto return for the United States? 3 cards. It's a victory. It's going to be helpful. King of Swords and the Empress. Okay. So what do we need to know generally? That I feel like this is definitely good energy. So we have the 6 of Wands is the victory card. This is the wreath of victory. She's being kind of hoisted on this throne here. Get a little closer. So yeah, we're hoisting up on a throne. It is definitely victory, overcoming something. Maybe not necessarily an obstacle, but it's definitely a victory here. So that would be our main keyword. Noticing also that it is a female on the throne. This deck is very inclusive, so there will be gender things kind of split. Typically, I don't read gender in the cards, but I usually apply that more to the court cards, because traditionally they're meant to draw masculine or feminine, or like a king would be talking about a male person in your life. For the court cards, I don't assign a gender. It's just about the masculine energy behind it. So it would be assertiveness, that sort of thing. And swords being about your thoughts, the air element, knowledge, and communication. So what we have here is a king who is strong masculine energy, so being assertive, and also being in charge, mastering the thoughts, communication, that sort of thing. I would also say clarity would be involved here. We have in this card for this deck a bit of a ray coming down to his crown, resembling or representing the crown chakra, information coming in. So I feel like there is some knowledge to be gained that will be happening here. And then we have the Empress energy as well, representing divine feminine, not just a feminine energy, but divine feminine energy. This is also about abundance and being fruitful and the birth, a rebirth. Like I said, Pluto representing death and rebirth and a transition. This is, you know, a birthing of something new, or, you know, being, have you ever heard the phrase being, a pregnant pause, or, you know, just being full, and fruitful and having life. The Empress also is a nurturing energy. So I feel like this is, if we're talking about the change that's coming with the Pluto return, this is a very positive change overall. Generally, we have a victory, enlightenment getting here. That just popped in when I went to it. But clarity, knowledge, like maybe some things are going to be revealed here. If you want to go back and watch it, I did a whole video about what was going to happen December 21st of 2020, last year. So it's back a little ways. But that really spoke to the divine feminine coming in and you know, and being like, okay, like y'all done fucked up. The patriarchy has done some stuff, and the feminine is going to kind of rise to the occasion here. Like we've let this go on long enough. We tried to let you learn your own lessons, but you're not learning your own lessons. So here comes divine feminine in. So I find it also, I don't believe in coincidences, but I find it very intriguing that we have the Empress come up here at the very start. So that divine feminine energy showing up again. So I do believe that this is maybe a product of the divine feminine starting to pop in. I also did a video or a reading on the Texas abortion ban. That basically, and I felt like I was going to get a lot of crap for it, but you know, it's not getting very many views. So I guess the people who would give me crap for it would not see it. I did get one kind of negative comment, but I responded, I feel, tactfully. But also talking about that video or that reading said, you know, the ban thing is good because it's bringing an awareness to the feminine to, you know, pull her out of being like in the back, kind of watching and waiting and trying to let us learn our lessons. It's trying to bring awareness to the fact that women are being suppressed in the world or oppressed or what have you. So I feel like there is a connection between all of that that will be coming through, you know, including that element in the Pluto return. So overall, thinking it's a good thing. So let's see. What other questions should we ask? Oops, I'm knocking stuff over. Give it a good shuffle. And what can we expect financially? Let's go specific to the second house energy. What can we expect financially? I'm gonna make this a two-parter. We're gonna do 3 cards for the United States economy, the overall economy of our country. What does this mean for the economy? All right. See if I can. Lovers. Peep that snake, though. All right. So for the economy, yeah. All right. So we have the Lovers here, which is like a divine partnership. It's bringing the masculine and feminine together for me. I love this deck. Also, in our other current climate, we have different skin colors here coming together, right? We have the light and the dark here signifying, you know, like the light and the dark, the shadow side and what we see in the everyday. We also have races depicted here. So that can also be a factor in what is going to happen here, bringing the light and the dark together, but also bringing the races together. We have the sun here, and we have like the night sky. So I feel like a union, definitely a union financially here. So I don't know if that may mean coming in with another, you know, like that would be strange. It could be, but you know, like hypothetically, this is for entertainment purposes only. What if the American economy joined with the Canadian economy and there was some type of agreement or union made? This could be current government unions, you know, current entities. I'm trying to think of one specifically, like the United Nations or something like that, coming, you know, playing a role in that. We also have the Seven of Cups, which is, you know, there are a lot of options here. There are opportunities, and I feel like this is kind of saying this could go so many ways. And it will, okay, it will be up to the perception of the individual. This could, okay, I'm also kind of getting like the sense that this could be the states separating, like being individual entities, or individual, like, I don't want to say colonies, or, you know, like that, like maybe there's not a whole big federal government, but then we go down to more of a state level way of doing things financially, or, you know, setting rules and that kind of thing. So wanting to look at the details of what's in the cups here, we have, you know, what looks like a woman covering one eye. So getting a little bit of skewed vision maybe as a possible outcome or a possible method that they choose to adopt or change. We also have the color of the lips on the one next to her, also very vivid, very bright, kind of like the hair on the other one. So feeling like there's going to be things that stand out and then things that kind of go into the background, and it will be up to the perception of the individual on what how it impacts them. So talking as a whole, as a country, I feel like this is more representative of a state. It will be individualized, not necessarily for each person, but maybe each state sees what they want to see as their opportunity. I know that's kind of vague, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. We also have the Hanged One, which is about a new perspective, seeing things from a different viewpoint, you know, like they're hanging upside down, seeing things kind of flip-flopped. Also, just a flip-flop in general. Things could just completely flip-flop over. But also the Hanged Man can be about not taking action. So there may be minimal changes as a whole, maybe reflective of the energy I'm picking up here where the states kind of individually do things. So yeah, but we also have this union here. So I feel like this is more of separation energy and this is more union, but it's going to be a flip-floppy kind of thing. So I do get a little bit of separation, but I also see something coming together. What? I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to leave these out while I pull because this was kind of a two-parter. I want to know what this may financially mean for individuals, for people, in our individual experiences as well. So overall, as a country, I feel like there's some unity and there's some division-ish. but seeing things from a new perspective. So I feel like there's just a switch up. There's a switch up of, like, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, some states are going to go their separate way financially, like separating from the federal government. That would be flipping huge. I dropped a card, 2 cards. But yeah, that would definitely be something that would be a huge impact. All right, let's one of these. Since I dropped 2 cards, I'm going to start fresh. All right. So individually for the people, how will this impact individuals financially? How will this impact individuals financially? Okay. Ooh. Okay. So we have the Hierophant, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So a lot of air energy over here. Thoughts, communication, knowledge, learning something. Also say that because the Hierophant, oh, there's a little bit of a tear on my card. The Hierophant is a teacher. Also representing organizations. So groups, like churches or, you know, that kind of thing. Traditionally in the tarot, the Hierophant is kind of like the Pope card. It's like a leader in the church. We have a different perspective here in this card. And this is why I like this deck, because it's so diverse and inclusive. We don't have like our Catholic or Christian representative here in the Hierophant. We have more of an Eastern philosophy type of teacher. We have a yogi. So I feel like instructions are coming up a lot here. So individually, I feel like we may have to learn some things for ourselves, or that the individuals are going to learn something. So the Knight of Swords being about quick movement, moving in fast, making some changes. So I feel like this is going to be, or also like swooping in, getting feminine energy. They placed a female representing on this card. So, getting a little bit less of a quick and stabby, but a more methodical, but still quick, you know, not very much thinking things through, but moving fast while doing so. And then we have the Ten of Swords, which is a beginning as much as it is an end. Again, talking about that Pluto energy, we had that come up already before. So this is, I believe, the 3rd time I'm mentioning this. This is about death and rebirth. This is an ending here, but it's an end to suffering, right? It's an end to suffering for me. But I feel like overall, individually, we definitely learn more about what we've been suffering from, and I feel like we're moving away from suffering and moving toward a new beginning. So individually, I don't necessarily see this relating a whole lot in the financial department as much. So I don't feel like this affects our personal finances. The Pluto return for the United States being 2nd house finance house, it's more going to affect, I feel like, the country and the government financially. But as individuals, I feel like this more affects how we think and see and perceive things, possibly put in place by the government. So that's kind of where I'm at with personally. Personally, I don't see this affecting our finances, but more so what we know and almost a little bit of how we do things. I feel like this is a learning experience individually, but I don't feel like it changes anything financially for us, which kind of sucks because I was hoping to not have to pay taxes again or something. Like, I was hoping they do away with that, but it doesn't feel like that here. It just feels like we learn something quick. So, all right. We're already at 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just Anything we need to do, any actions we need to take. Are there any actions we need to take regarding the Pluto return for the United States? Oop. One more. These cards are a little stiff, which is good, but also hard to shuffle, especially with tiny hands. Any actions? Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Look how they're both being held the same. And here come the Pentacles, all right? So we were getting all swords before. Action having to do with Earth. Okay, so before we get into the whole financial aspect of the Pentacles, let's also talk about the element they represent. We were getting all air in the other cards. We're getting Earth here. So I feel like overall, without going into individual meanings, actions we need to take would be grounding, okay? Talking about the Earth element, protecting our planet, working on our conservation type stuff. I feel like that would be an overall action. Paying attention to our planet, paying attention to preserving the planet, okay? I feel like it's being shown as, you know, you've been given the gift of this planet. This planet has been given to you as a gift just from the gesturing, right? The Ace of Pentacles being about opportunity. So if you see new opportunities, pages are students learning. So we have, you know, learning about new opportunities and how to work together. So teamwork here, not just a coupling, but 3 is about building. So I feel like learning about finances would be a good action to take. So if you're not familiar with how stocks work, I don't know shit about that. If you're not familiar with that, it may be time to, you know, kind of look into that. Educate yourself on finances, educate yourself on grounding techniques, educate yourself on opportunities. It's the Ace being about opportunities. Also the archways, those are doors. It's, you know, kind of portal like energy, being walking through a doorway into a new reality here. So being mindful of opportunities. Ace is being about beginnings as well. So learning about new opportunities for financial gain, working with each other. I feel like this is us kind of coming together, not only with other humans, but also working with the Earth, working with the element of Earth. So I feel like I'm getting like commune vibes, right? We keep seeing it. It's all over TikTok. I'm TikTok obsessed too. But the whole cottagecore movement, everybody moving in to a giant piece of land together and just kind of co-oping it. Getting a little bit of that too. So if you have people that you can come together with, I feel like that may be some kind of action for you to take if that resonates for you. But yeah, I very, very much Earth energy here. So focus on Earth, focus on grounding, planting, being planted, planting seeds, planting things. Okay, Earth, duh. How did I miss that in the beginning of talking about Earth energy? Growing food, growing things to keep you sustained, sustaining life. Okay, so that's kind of the action I'm getting from these cards. I'm also really drawn to the stepladder. I don't know if that means anything specifically for anyone. I can't really put my finger on why I'm drawn to that. But she's literally on the 3rd rung, so there may be something to that, the whole climbing the ladder thing. So, and here's another archway, right? They're literally standing in archways. Lots of opportunities to work together, and living off the land, you know, getting that kind of vibe again. So that's what I've got for actions to take. Overall, individually, I don't feel like this is going to affect us too much. This will be more of an impact for the government, but I feel like the people will be you know, kind of on your own, but maybe, you know, in a good way. Not like, oh, well, you're on your own, figure it out. But more of you're free on your own. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting about the Pluto return. If you have any questions or you want to revisit the topic, I can do like some TikToks or something on it if you follow me on TikTok. But yeah, leave some comments and let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more random readings like this, witchy tips on Metaphysical Monday, and also witchy unboxing videos. So that's what I do here. Remember always that the magic you seek is within you.